Today I'm going to walk you through what is an ETP. As you know, or maybe don't know, an ETP is a exchange traded product. It's almost like a leverage token. Basically, it's the same thing. So on Huobi, we've added many different types of leverage tokens or ETPs, and today we're going to go over why is it important, why you should or should not use them, and then some tips to give you to make sure that this product is for you if you decide to trade it on Huobi. So let's go over what is an ETP. An ETP is a leveraged ETF product, like in traditional markets, which tracks a certain multiple of the target's asset rise and fall every day. Users do not need to pay for collateral assets to trade the effect of leverage trading. On the underlying assets, the product has no expiration date. This is really important. So you have no expiration date and no risk of liquidation. This is unlike futures where you do have liquidation. If the price goes up aggressively or down aggressively and you are long or short, you may get liquidated and you may lose your capital. But with ETP, there is no risk. So there is no risk of net value going to zero. You can multiply the effects of the product in direction or either long or short. It's long or short by the name of ETP. So let's go ahead and go down. These are some examples. So if let's say you are long BTC, you're very bullish on BTC, you can do the BTC asterisk 3, which means you think the BTC will go up aggressively. So the position is 3 TBC, the underlying asset or price is 100 units, and the basket borrowing currency is negative 200 units, that value is 300 minus 200 equals 100 units. All that means is that if it goes up aggressively, you're going to make money. And as long as it's within a period of time that your management fee does not outweigh the value of the increase. Okay, so this is just a little overview of that. How this is determined in the redemption mechanism is the subscription fee equals the subscription rate times subscription quantity times subscription cost. I know this may be a little bit hard to understand, but just take it as this isn't something that you need to look at for a long-term play. This is going to be more of a short-term play. So every time you do these products or trade these products, you need to think about there's a redemption period and there's also a subscription period. Okay, these are the holding limits. And just to give an overview of which ones we have on Huobi, we have BTC, we have ETH, we have Link, we have BSB, we have EOS, we have Polkadot, we have Uni, we have LTC, XRP, BCH, and they're just going to add Zcash very soon. Again, just to note that trading an EP comes with high risk, high fluctuation, and please hold it with caution. This is just an idea of what it is to give you education about our products and services. Okay, so let's look at the strategy behind what a ETP is. Okay, so if you want to know the strategy behind it, it's very simple. There's actually a unit on Huobi that's called ETP Strategy. Okay, so we're going to go there, and this is just going to give you an idea of some ideas of when you should trade this and when you should not trade this. Okay, so ETP again is a leverage product. 3 sentences to understand an ETP. ETP can triple your profit. It's very simple. It just means that it's a multiple. So if you buy it BTC long, or BTC times 3, whatever you want to call it, BTC times 3 is what it is called, an ETP, and it goes up 3 times. You multiply your actual capital to 3 times the effect. The management fee is only 36% of the margin interest. Okay, so the daily management fee for ETP products is only 0.035, which is really low. It's the same as spot, and then the system automatically adjusts a portion of it, and there's no risk of liquidation. So one thing I really want to hit home is that this part is very important, and I think is one of the major benefits. no risk of liquidation. So unlike futures, again, I like to say this many times, you cannot get liquidated. The worst that can happen is you do pay management fees of 0.035%. So if you have it continuously go on, it's going to be reallocated and you are going to decrease your capital, but you will not lose your capital completely. Okay? Now, something else that stinks about this is some good examples, and I'll let you look this over. But what it basically says, it gives you an examples of if you pick negative or times 3, this would happen. And I highly recommend you to look at this. Whenever you trade something, you need to do your own research, and it's really, really important to actually have you be aware of what you're trading. And now I'm going to show you how to actually trade it on Huobi, because that's the most important of how to find the product. Okay, so we're going to go to Huobi Global. This is our page, Huobi.com. You just go to Spot, then you go to Exchange. All right, and once that loads, you'll see on the left-hand side, you see all the tokens. As you see here, where it says BTC asterisk 3, this is ETP. And again, it even tells you here, it says BTC times 3 is a leverage long ETP for BTC, has volatility. And if you want to read what we just went over in more detail, you just click this little highlighted link, and it'll take you right there. As you see, right now, BTC has gone up pretty well in the last day, so you have a 0.5% increase. If you look at it from a spot position, it only went up 1.90%. So if you use that same capital in an ETP product, you're going to be profiting an extra 4.5% or so. So, and the important thing is there is no liquidation. Okay, so just think about that. They are all listed right here. And now we're going to show you we're going to talk about 3 tips of using ETP products. Okay, so first off, research is very important. Okay, I recommend you do all your research on this. This is just an introductory video, but do your research on not what just an ETP is, but let's say you want to do an ETP for BTC. You want to look at the historical prices for BTC. So know your product, how significant the ups and downs are historically. Some crypto assets are extremely volatile compared to others, and ignoring the volatility can destroy your capital. So if you don't do your research and you're just blindly going to the ETP products, it's probably not a good idea. Just like any trading mechanism, you don't want to just go into a product. All right, number 2, indicators. Indicators are your friends. I recommend using upper Bollinger Bands or Bollinger Bands is the indicator. You can find it on Huobi pretty easily. So upper Bollinger Bands is signals when prices support with strong buying pressure, and conversely, when prices cross below the Bollinger Band, sell pressure. All this means is if you click the indicator of Bollinger Bands, if it hits the topper area of the Bollinger Bands, it means it's high buying pressure. Again, conversely, if it goes down here, it means sell pressure. So if you pick ETP, BTC, and you see the Bollinger Bands going up aggressively, like let's say right here, and you did BTC times 3, and then you cut it out around here, you would probably make a good amount of money because you did a very short-term trade, and the management fee is very low. And also, there's no liquidation. So let's just say it went up here and then crashed for a second. Yeah, you would probably have to pay a management fee within a certain period of time. But if it went down 3 to 5%, you wouldn't get liquidated. So that's good. All right. And tip number 3, this is a short-term play. So someone who's looking for BTC going in the next 2 weeks and a bullish, I would recommend you do futures, but the trend is your friend for a very short time. Long-term performance is unpredictable because of how the compacting effect works differently. Therefore, you should only hold a short position for return increase, depending on if your ETP is negative or positive. Okay, so don't trade ETP for a month, that's basically going to make your capital just go away. I mean, the management fee is not very much, but after a period of time, if you just never close out your trade, it's going to decrease capital on a regular basis. That's pretty much it for ETPs. I just wanted to go over a brief overview of ETPs. Again, you can find them by BTC, ETH, and Link. And again, if you have any questions, ask them in the comments or send us a message on Twitter. We're happy to help you. And let's go ahead and make this world a little bit more understanding with Huobi education. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.